This is everything I need for my hip surgery. And that. Okay, so this pile on my bed is everything that I need for my hip surgery. And just a reminder, in a few days on November 17th of 2025, I'll be getting a left hip arthroscopy and they'll be fixing my cam impingement too. So yesterday somebody came from the company Joint and Motion and they dropped off everything that I'll be needing for my hip surgery, and these are just things that my doctor recommended me to have. The guy who came from the company was so cute. So if you see this, hit me up. You have my phone number on the paperwork, like, please. And I just wanted to go through everything that I was given because I really couldn't find anything online from other people who've had this surgery of like all the equipment that they had to use. So I wanted to make something to show everything. And I'll just preface, some of this was covered by insurance and then some of it wasn't, and then also some of it I borrowed from my grandparents. But yeah, let me move this. Oh. Okay. So first I'm going to talk about the things that I don't have with me because they're too gross and big and yeah, I don't want to touch them. But they were what was given to me by my grandparents and they're clean, but you know. So first I have a toilet seat riser, which I'll put a beautiful picture of what that looks like. So basically with my hip brace, I literally won't be able to bend my hip much. So getting down to the toilet is going to be a really hard issue. So, that'll be fun. And then the other thing that I don't have with me is actually a shower chair, and I actually won't be able to shower for like the first 5 days or something, but a shower chair is going to be really helpful for me because I won't be able to put too much weight on my foot and I won't be able to wear my brace in the shower. So having a little bench will be really great and I'll be able to have more of my own independence too. But thank you to my grandparents for giving them to me. They just had some recent surgeries, so they luckily had them in their house, so I didn't have to buy any of my own, so thank you for that. Now I'm going to talk about the things that were covered by my insurance, and that was my brace and my crutches. So these were covered by insurance basically because insurance knows that you have to have them and that they're vital to the surgery, and then they basically just think that everything else is just a non-necessity, like I can just use like a bag of peas to ice my hip. But first, these are like, you know, your basic crutches. They're to the right height, so apparently they're supposed to be where like my wrist is like at the top of this little handhold here, but you know, they're your basic crutches, and I'll be using these for the first 2 weeks. Then onto my brace. So this is what I will be wearing for the first 6 weeks. Basically for 24 hours, I have to wear it sleeping, resting, sitting, like anything that you can think of. The only thing I don't need it for is when I'm showering. But this is what it looks like. It looks like really bionic, like I'm literally gonna look like a robot. But basically this is the part that goes around my waist. This is what's adjusted by my doctors to change my range of motion. This leans up against my thigh and this wraps around my thigh. So then I'll actually put it on for you guys to see. I just got this yesterday, so I don't really know exactly the best process to do this, but I'm gonna start here with my waist. So this part is what wraps around my waist, and when the guy who dropped this off was setting this up, it was actually really cool because he kind of customized it to fit my body. So he actually had to cut off a lot of it to fit because they just make one universal brace, and so they have a lot of extra fabric just in case somebody needs it. But this just wraps around simply, and then there's this cord in the back and there's this gorgeous like corset feature. So I'm gonna be snatched, but I basically just pull this to the side and then it wraps around and then velcros right in the front, and this whole mechanism just kind of sits right at my upper hip. And then this bottom part, which is really hard to get, this is what I'm talking about where I don't really know how to do this that well at the moment, because it's really hard to bend over. But it just wraps around my thigh and then Velcros. This is what it looks like. It's pretty crazy looking. But what's even more crazy is what it looks like when I try to sit. I literally can't. I literally cannot sit. Like, this is as far as I can go. But basically anything that you can think of where you would need to sit, I can't do. Like, I can't sit in the car properly. I can't sit in like a church pew. I can't sit just casually on a chair. But also, I can't sit properly on a toilet. So that's where the toilet seat riser comes in. Yeah, she's fancy. She's cute. Anyway, I'm gonna take this off because I want to spend the least amount of time as possible in this. So then those were the two things that are covered by insurance, so I didn't have to pay any money out of pocket for them. And now I'm going to be going into the things that were not covered by insurance, and I'm going to be so real with you. Overall, this was like $400 for everything, and it's going to be pretty essential for my recovery process, but, you know, insurance just doesn't always see it as an essential thing, but it's going to make my life a lot easier and I'm going to heal a lot quicker with this stuff. So then I'll first start with these and I'll show you the box. Cute. I don't even really know what these are. Okay, so these are something that is going to help prevent blood clots. Basically with these, I will put them on my calves. They have Velcro again. Oh my gosh. Basically I have two of them and then I wrap them around my calves and then all I have to do is press this button. I'll hold it down. And then it turns on. And then it starts compressing. So this is what the box says. It says, dual chamber compression, one touch operation, easy to read display, up to 20 hours of battery life, customized fit with trimmable cuff, and lightweight wrap. So I'm actually not sure how long I have to wear these, but I'll figure that out. And then last but not least, oh gosh, whew, we have this big guy. So basically what this machine is it is a cold compression device, so it kind of replaces the need to have an ice pack, and so this big old wrap goes around my hip, around my waist, and then around my thigh here, and this machine, oh my gosh, this is what controls it. This is basically the cold pump, and it has some like water and alcohol in it to help it stay cool, I think. Don't quote me on that. But there's lots of different settings of level of compression, how cold you want it, how long you want it to be on. And this is actually something that I'm renting, so I will have this for the first 2 weeks and then after that it will go away. But this is something that I had to buy because you're not supposed to reshare these things. So I'll plug it in so you can hear what I'm going to be listening to for the next 2 weeks. And then it turns on in the back. But then there are different settings that pop up on the screen. So this one goes into, again, how cold you want it, what compression level you want, program level, which I don't really know what that means, how long you want it, and then it starts. Listen to that. I'm gonna be listening to this for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, that basically covers everything, and I'm sure that I will be using some other things along the line to help out, but these are just the first things that I got. I'm really excited to use them. But overall, this is what I have. Toilet seat riser, shower chair, crutches, brace, calf compression, and the cold machine. But yeah, this is what my life is gonna look like for the next few weeks. About 6 weeks on the brace and 2 weeks on crutches and 2 weeks on the cold machine. That's basically it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to anybody who is having a similar surgery. These are the things that I have. You might need a little extra or a little less, but this is what I need for my hip arthroscopy. Stay tuned with other videos that I make about my surgery. As of right now, I have Saturday, Sunday, 3 days until my surgery, but I'm sure I'll post this when I actually have my surgery. Hello. So stay tuned for all the videos I make with that, and thank you guys for watching. Bye!